Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Walter's World, and today we're here in Luxembourg City at the train station. We just got in, and it is one of the hottest days of the year. We haven't had time or opportunities to really put together a lot of videos for you this summer, but those times are changing. This weekend, we're back to the long-form videos. So this is the last of our short little videos we have that we've been putting out vlog style while we've been on our 7-week trip throughout Europe and East Africa and stuff like that. So we just want you to know they're coming. And so to finish off, I thought what I'd do is actually answer some questions that you, our fans, have sent to us, our fellow travelers have sent to us. And one of the questions we got was, hey Mark, what's your favorite airport? Because they heard us talking about some of the problems we had at some of our airports last week when we were flying out of Africa and through Africa and stuff like that. So I thought I'd give you guys our favorites. First things first, we love regional airports because they usually have free parking, which is awesome, okay? Because I know when we fly out of Chicago, we'll spend as much money as a plane ticket on the parking itself. So if you can have a regional airport that has free parking, they're near the top of my list. Another airports I like is if you get like the mid-major hubs, kind of like in Indianapolis, which is nice because the very short lines at the airport, at the security lines, you can get through quickly. I mean, we've actually, like, there's TSA pre-check and the normal ones, and sometimes before we had pre-check, we could actually beat the TSA pre-check in the normal lines because it was so quick. So there is that. So I really like Indianapolis airports. Also, we do like Atlanta. I know a lot of people aren't huge fans of Atlanta, but we are, because if you're coming from like Chicago or someplace like that with a lot of delays and a lot of weather problems, it's nice not to have so many weather problems when you're going through someplace. So that's why Atlanta, hey, we always fly through there. You might see us through there, so come say hi when you're flying through, okay? Now the thing is though, we do have a few we don't like. So we do have a few we don't like. I will say, I do not like Charles de Gaulle's passport control. When you're going from outside of Schengen to into Schengen, or into Schengen going out, there's always a huge line going through passport control and getting it around. It can be very frustrating. I like the airport itself once you're in your terminal, but getting around it, it's kind of a pain. One that I don't like is it's a pain to get around and needs a little bit of TLC. JFK in New York, not one of my favorites. And O'Hare, I've slept so many nights in O'Hare over the years that I can't really say much.
I hate you, O'Hare.
Yeah, she's not a fan of O'Hare, so we have that. So those are some of our favorites. You know, Uncle Chuckles, who asked that, that's some of our favorites and least favorite airports out there. Now, next thing I want to say, can you tell it's been it's been 7 weeks, so the kids are getting a little flustered and we're ready to wrap it up and have a good time back home. But some other question we have, Rick Timmons writes, hey, is it better to stay in a small town or a big city? Well, what we like to do is actually kind of mix it up a little bit. So we were in Amsterdam for a bit, but then we went and stayed outside of Amsterdam in Utrecht, which is a much smaller town. And so we can kind of enjoy more of the local culture versus the international, like, tourism kind of stuff. So if you are going to be going to a Paris, make sure you throw in like a Loire Valley. I know that's a lot of touristy stuff, but there's a lot of small towns there you can enjoy, or Normandy, or go to Troyes or something like that. So you get some small town like culture, but also you get to the big city to enjoy that, because they both have their advantages and disadvantages. So we like to actually do kind of both of them when we're out there. And then, yes, and Jocelyn was looking at me for something. And then another thing I want to talk about is actually, we want to ask you a question.
Stay here.
We want to ask you a question, and that is, where would you like us to go in the next year? Okay, because we've got the rest of this year booked. We've got a couple more weeks here in Europe. We got another trip to Scotland. We've got Israel. We've got France. We've got all kinds of other stuff going on. We're going to travel around the U.S. some, but we're looking for things for this winter. So around Christmas time, January, next spring and summer. What are some of your recommendations? Where would you like to see us go? Because you all have given us some fantastic recommendations over the years. Places you want us to go. We've ended up in Costa Rica, Iceland, Russia, Peru, East Africa, all kinds of great places that you wanted us to go, and we got to, and it's been so much fun to do. So let us know some of the places you'd like us to go in the comments below, so we can start thinking about where to go next year, because we have no tickets bought for next year and it's completely wide open. We have some ideas, but you know, we always like to hear from you. Anyway, I wish you all the best. I'm going to go outside and get back to melting here in Luxembourg.